The Philadelphia Eagles. What's left to be said about them? They're elite. They're the scariest team in the NFL, perhaps. Week in, week out, they can dominate any team they see in front of them. We saw it during the playoffs. We saw it during the Super Bowl. This mystical Chiefs team that no one could beat for years got stomped into the ground by the Eagles. But the question is, that was last season. What are the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles? Well, let's talk about them today. Before we talk about this upcoming season, let's recap the offseason, starting off with free agency. And they lost a lot of guys. Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, Mekhi Becton, Isaiah Rodgers, Darius Slay. They also traded Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They lost a lot of guys. It's the Super Bowl tax. It's what happens when you win the Super Bowl. Guys are going to leave. They're going to go get paid a lot of money to play somewhere else. It's just the case. They did bring in some pass rushers I'm very excited to see in their system. Azeez Ojulari, who I believe is a perfect third pass rusher, and Joshua Uche, who I think is a really talented pass rusher as well. The Eagles have a great team already. They didn't need to go spend a lot of money in free agency. They need to keep their guys. And they did so by re-signing Saquon Barkley to a longer-term, brand new deal. And they have other guys under contract and will probably look to extend more at next offseason. It's just they have so much talent, they don't need to go out and acquire these big fancy names because they're loaded. If they can get a Saquon Barkley like they did last year, perfect. But they don't need to go searching for that, and they didn't this offseason. And now we look to the NFL draft, and I'm laughing because, well, honestly, when I saw this pick made, I was laughing. When I saw them actually get him, it was just laughter for me, like, of course, Howie, of course. Jihad Campbell, wow, falling to the 31st pick. Now, they did trade for the Chiefs, which I do find a little funny. They gave them, I believe it was a third-round pick to move up one spot as, here, we're sorry for the Super Bowl. Hey, can we get this defender that might help us if we play again in the Super Bowl? Thank you. It was very funny to me, but Jihad Campbell is a player I very much did like. I saw there were some medical concerns with him during the draft process that I didn't see, so I couldn't speak on that. Both what he is to me is just a really talented middle linebacker. I see him as an edge rusher. He doesn't have that build. He doesn't have that skill set I really want to see at NFL edge. With what I think he is a very talented linebacker that could use some more growth in the coverage game. Do not get me wrong. He's far from complete there. But he's really good downhill. He can play the run very solid, and he can bring a pass rushing force from the middle linebacker position. He will develop a lot, especially in a Vic Fangio defense, who is going to really require him to step up his game. Vic Fangio is one of the best defensive minds in NFL history. I think he's in a great spot. He's in a great situation. I really think we'll see him flourish. With their second-round pick, they took Andrew Mukaba, who I do like. I think he is very much a developmental guy, not close to his ceiling yet. He has some really good deep rolling safety vibes to him. Now, the Eagles are pretty loaded there with Cooper DeJean, but you can't hurt to have a backup that can come in if an injury comes into place, or just overall another talented football player that you can use as a trade chip down the line, or maybe he takes over the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson role of that guy you just want to have to create turnovers. He's a talented guy. I think he still needs a lot of room to grow, which is what it's expected with a late second-round pick. They're far from complete players, and he's going to have to develop. I do like the talent he possesses, and I think he will be very good in a very talented Eagles defensive system that will help him flourish because that pass rushing unit will get the ball out faster. Quarterbacks will rush their throws, leading to more high-risk throws by quarterbacks, which is in good range for Mukaba to make some big-time plays for the Eagles defense. I try to stick to 2 for these videos because I do a podcast which I'll talk about the draft more in depth, but that's changed based off team's draft. I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about this player. I want to talk about this player. There's one more player I do want to touch up on. It's real quick. Nothing really in-depth. Antwan Powell-Ryland. I think he's a talented guy. Had great sack production at Virginia Tech. Hands on in the 6th round. High production player. Has some good traits. You don't really know how he's going to adjust to the NFL, but it's worth the shot in the 6th round. Now to talk about the Eagles' strengths. And can I just throw weaknesses in here? Because, I don't see a weakness. Maybe you're like, oh, Elliott struggled last year kicking field goals. Maybe he's a weakness. Well, I don't personally see it. In strengths, where do I point out a strength? Honestly, where do I go? Offensive line. It's one of the best in the NFL. Oh, that defensive line is also really elite. Oh, they have probably the best running back in the NFL. Yet, that's helpful. Oh, they have good depth behind them, too. Wow, oh, the receiving core. Wow, that's really dangerous. Oh, their tight end is really good. Well, hell, let's look at the other defenders. Linebackers, Zach Bond, Campbell. Okay, that's not a weakness. Corners, young, talented. That's not a weakness. Safeties, young, talented. That's not a weakness. I can't find a clear-cut weakness on this team. I'd have to maybe just say depth. Hey, if Jalen Hurts gets hurt, you're kind of screwed. Well, that's the case with every NFL team. If their starting quarterback gets hurt, they're not in a good spot. The Eagles are so good, I couldn't find a weakness, which makes me a little sad because, well, I was trying to find one. I spent probably 3 hours looking over this roster, and I was just like, okay, come on, you got to figure something out, Jordan. You got to figure something out, and I couldn't. They're so good. They are so loaded. It's almost unfair, and it makes for a great football team. It shows how elite of a GM Howie Roseman is. If you maybe want me to say one part of the roster or team I'm not a fan of, I'm not the biggest Nick Sirianni guy, but he made me eat a lot of my words last year, so I can't really say he's a weakness because he just won the Super Bowl. It's just a very hard team to point out, yeah, that does not work, because everything works with this team. Now, where do I have the Eagles finish in the division? First place. It's first place. Pretty easy. I don't need to have an argument like, oh, this team can challenge him, this team can challenge him, yada yada. Eagles are going to win first place. They're probably going to be the first or second seed in the NFC. They were the second seed last year, so it's not impossible to see them the second seed again. It's not impossible to see them as first seed, and maybe it's not even impossible to see them as a third seed, but they will be a top 3 seed at minimum. I lean more towards a second or first seed with them, and they're just a really good team. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. They'll be contending for a Super Bowl unless the injury bug wipes out their entire roster, even if it takes out a couple players. They have really good depth at a lot of positions. They draft so well. They have such an assortment of talent that they can survive a lot of things. This Eagles team is really good, and they will be contending for a Super Bowl. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you'd share this, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the start of the NFL season. I'm currently at 280 subscribers. All the love would help me out so much. I'd be very appreciative of it. Thank you for watching. If you want to check out some more team previews, I'm doing 32 in 32 days. This is in the home stretch. This is one of the last ones I'll be doing. I'm in the final week of uploading them. Eagles fans, you want to check out the other NFC East teams. I did 2 other prior to this. I'm still yet to do the Commanders. They're the last team to do them because I'm doing alphabetical order. You want to check out some any other teams? The playlist is on the screen right now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed and have a great day.